Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well today. Today I'm going to share with you a few of the pages from my December daily, and I had gone over all of the products that I used. I guess a month and a half or so ago I did a video, so I'm just going to do a quick overview on the products that I used. The album itself is a Recollections album, and it was chipboard. You can see up here it was just the brown chipboard, which I decorated. I also put the seam binding up here, as well as the charms. And again, if you want more detail on all of this, you can either message me or look, maybe, I don't know, 8 or 10 videos ago and go ahead and watch that. The paper collection that I used was called Merry and Bright from Cartabella. And this is the sticker sheet, and you can see that I used a lot of it, and I actually am up to day 21. So this particular album, the closure I have on the bottom of it, and I made a hole here for this piece of heavy twine or jute to go through so that it can wrap around this brad, which is a cloth brad. And let me just hold that up so you can see. And then it opens like this. So on the bottom here, I actually received this Bliss in a Secret Santa swap, and it's cloth, and it's really pretty because it's the right color for this album, and it has the stitching, and it is by Heidi Grace, so I used that. Now, to share this, it's a little tricky. I'm actually going to do this. Okay, so the first page. Now what I did was, when I put this together, I did all of the pages. I decorated. So all I had to do is add pictures and the extra embellishments. So it was very easy. So this page 1, and this is coming up. I have to adhere this better. I moved it. So day 1 was there's 2 pictures here. This is like a gel Santa Claus that sticks to the window that my daughter put up. And my granddaughter says, "Oh, I drew a picture of Santa." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, okay, let me see." And this was the picture that she drew of Santa. I mean, I was like, wow, okay, so that's now how she sees Santa because of this. I mean, she did a good job considering that that's the same thing, and she's 4. So some of the embellishments here are from the collection. This is a Recollection sticker, and I've used a lot of these in here because the colors are just right. All of the numbers come from the Cartabella collection. This particular little tag over here is actually a Melissa Francis tag, and I went and I stamped the top of it. So that is day 1. Day 2 is actually a 4x6 card that I made for my Project Life pages. So I wanted to go ahead and share that I did make these cards for the first time this year. So I went ahead and put that there. Now these little stickers over here, you're going to see a lot of little stickers like this, also from Recollections. And well, let me show you. Let me lift this up. See this right here? So it looks like an epoxy sticker. What it is, and I think I've shared this before, but so these are the brads that came with the collection. And you can see that this particular brad is missing the piece on top of it. All you do, if you don't feel like using a brad, all I do is I take my fingernail, I put it under, and I lift it off, and you now have an epoxy sticker. So I tend to use them more like that than anything. So that's a great little tip if you're not really into brads. Okay, so now the way that this album works, it starts with a smaller section and it gets an inch bigger with every page. So my day number 3 is right here, and it has a pull-out card. This picture of this tree is actually a friend of mine. I had given her this Christmas tree. She was in a very bad place in her life, a very sad place, and she had to move. And I had this tree. The tree was too big for my house. It was too tall. So I blessed her with this tree, and that was like 3 years ago now. And we still talk about it every single year. So what she did was she actually had written me an email. So I printed the email and I placed it back here on the back of the card to document how it touched her life. I went ahead and added another tag from Melissa Francis that I stamped. I do have my enamel dots throughout this card. Down here is a sticker, and you'll see a few of these on here. I did outline it to make it pop a little bit, but that's from SRM Stickers. And this tree is as well. So that is my day number 3. And then my day number 4, this is a little hard to show. My day number 4 is also a slide-in card. And this happens to be my tree. So my son Jeremy put up the tree. And I used an app called Rhonna, R-H-O-N-N-A, to put the text on here. And this down here, it's so pretty. It's from Recollections, and I just purchased it at Michael's. It was on sale for 50% off, and it comes with silver and gold. And it's plastic, so I was able to cut the bottom off. And I just put a little star up on top there. And then on the back of it, just some designs from the collection. And I put a little stamp here. This is a Smash date stamp. And that's that. So that's day 4. So down here for day 5 is like this. So I put a little flap here, and here is day 5. So day 5, there's a story behind day 5. I have a parrot. His name is Maui. And he, see this little piece? It's very little. It's a lot smaller than the size of my fingernail. I mean, it's fairly small. That was stuck around his leg. And I ended up taking him to the emergency room that night, the pet emergency room, to have it taken off. What it was he was sitting on my shoulder, and I had a sweater on that had a zipper. And he was chewing on the zipper, and I knew he was chewing on it. I mean, he chews on everything. I didn't think too much of it. And then all of a sudden, I hear a little piece of metal fall on the floor. So I looked down. I didn't even see anything. And then, I lift up Maui because he was like stuck on my sweater. And I look around his leg, and there's something shiny. I'm like, what the heck is this? And it was at the very, very, very top of the zipper. If you look at any zipper, at the very, very, very top of it, there's a metal piece. And he somehow picked that off the sweater, and this was wrapped around his leg. And I think what he did was maybe he tried to get it off, and when he bit it, it went, it was really tight on his leg. So I had to take him to the vet to have it removed. And so that was my story for this day. So $120 because Maui was chewing on my sweater. So that's that. And then for day 6, this is actually from an app called Lazoo, L-A-Z, Lazoo, however you say it. And my granddaughter colored it that day, and she saved it on my iPad. So that is day 6. And maybe I'll do 1 or 2 more days. So right here, this is day 7. So now this is my daughter and my granddaughter putting up or decorating the tree that my son put up a few days before. And again, I used that same app called Rana. I had actually stamped this card and I cut it down to just fit right there. This is from the collection. I have a couple wood veneer. And these are actually, is it K and Company? I think it's K and Company, you know, the border strips. And it just went really well with the paper collection, so I went ahead and used that. And then right here, so this is day, actually 8 and 9. So there's a little card, so there's a band right here that this slips under. Now, like this paper right here and this paper right here is not from the Cartabella collection. So I had some other papers and some of them I just kind of put in there if they went with it. So this particular day, you know, my daughter had decorated the tree. And so actually it's the next day, but anyways, and it started like hailing and, well, it snowed, and then it got nasty and wet and freezing, and so I ran outside and I took a picture of, you can see the tree in the window, and you can see I have the decorations, the lights up around my door, and they actually go on the bushes on the other side of the steps over here. But it just looked really pretty. I mean, as much as I hate ice, right? But it looked really pretty. I live in New Jersey, so we get quite a bit of ice. And it just looks so pretty. And then here was a closer picture of the ice on the front bushes. And so that was day 8. And then day 9 is right here. So I'm going to stop after this one. This is a picture of my granddaughter, and she was telling me that she was praying for Maui for his foot, because a few days after I had that taken off of his foot, it was still like sticking. Like, I don't know, like his leg or his foot would get stuck on material. So he was just struggling just for a few days, but he's fine now. And then I put the enamel dots, and this little paper clip is from Recollections. So I'm going to go ahead and stop right there. We're going to stop with day 9, and I'll pick it up again in a day or two. And it is Christmas Eve, so everybody that celebrates Christmas, I wish you all the merriest of Christmas, and be safe and be blessed, and I pray that, you know, God touches you and just loves on you on this special day. And tomorrow, of course, Christmas Day. So if you have any questions about the December Daily, give me a holler. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.